and welcome to our 125 square metre house here in Aude in the south of France that we cannot afford to heat. There's no way that we can afford to heat all this house. Welcome back to another video, and if you're new, you're extremely welcome. I'm Jane, my husband Mike is holding the camera. We're British early retirees, we have no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Aude in the Occitanie region of the sunny south of France. But don't be fooled by this. We are in the foothills of the Pyrenees, and in January and February, the temperature externally can drop to -15, and it's been known here in this village to drop to -18. So let's tell you how on earth we're going to afford to heat any bit of this house. Well, come on in. I'm in the kitchen. Now, I know many of you, when you're on frugal forums or you're looking about saving money or you're talking about saving money, you ask that question, what do you set your thermostat to in the winter? We haven't got one. There is no thermostat. There is no heating system in this house. There are heating systems that we could have installed to this house. We could have an air source heat pump installed. And I'll tell you something for nothing, at -15, it ain't working. It's not going to work. It'll work slightly warmer than that, but not at that temperature. It's totally ineffective. So there aren't any other systems that are really available affordably. So people are not having oil central heating installed. In the future, you won't be able to get an oil boiler unless it runs on bioethanol, some kind of vegetable oil based oil. There will be no fossil fuel based heating systems available. So you can have electric radiators, and electricity is way too expensive. So no, there's no thermostat, there's no whole house heating system. Let's talk about how we keep ourselves warm on a budget. These old French houses really are designed to our benefit. The external walls are almost 3 feet thick. They're old stone houses. They keep us cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So any heating we do put on in the winter, whether that's obviously localized heating because we don't have central heating, the old stone walls warm up. And this house, even when it's about -15 outside, won't drop any colder inside than about 12 to 15 degrees, which is somewhere about 55 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not warm, but it's definitely not cold. And on the plus side, in the summer, when it's 40 degrees out there, what's that, 115, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And don't forget, that isn't all the time. We live in the south of France. We don't live in Arizona. It doesn't like get hot and stay hot. That's the temperature at which it can get to. Just in the same way with the cold, it can get to -15. Most of the time it isn't that hot. Most of the time it isn't that cold. We're lucky with the structure of these old buildings that they work in our favour to keep us warm, and then in the summer, keep us cool. I'm up in my sewing room. What we do with our houses here is we insulate the roof, we insulate the walls, we have double glazing. So when I do use a little portable heater like this, I only run it on 750 watts. I can put it on for about 30 minutes, shut the door, and the room stays warm. It's too expensive to run it for very long at all. So we literally, 30 minutes, room gets warm, and we just live with it. up in our bedroom, and it's the biggest room in the house, and there is no heating. No heating of any type in this room at all. So what we do is we keep the warmth that comes upstairs in. We've just bought our curtains from IKEA. They're not only blackout, they are thermal. And I'll show you this. They've got kind of a rubbery backing to the curtains. And you'll see here that we don't shorten them, and we leave them on the ground purposely so we don't get any cold gaps coming in from them. So we live on a main square of a village with street lights, so it keeps the light out. We are also east or west facing, I can't remember one or the other, but it can be cold or it can get sunny. So in the summer, to keep the room cold, we use the same curtains to keep the light out, and in the winter, keep the warmth in. So on our bed is our 15 tog duvet and one of my homemade quilts on top. And before we go to bed around about 9:30. We come up about 8 o'clock and switch on our electric blanket. There's dual controls on this, there's one each side, and this warms up our bed, so the underneath of our bed. And what we do is we put our pajamas in the bed. So we come upstairs, throw your clothes off quickly, jump into your pajamas, and jump into your pre-warmed bed. So we don't need any heating in our bedroom. Let's talk about the layout of this house and how we keep it warm just by benefiting from the actual design of the place. When we heat our living room, we can always open the doors to let the warmth permeate through the house, or on a particularly chilly day, we can keep the doors closed. So you can see, if we have heating in the lounge, it can warm through to our kitchen diner. Let's talk now about the heating that we can afford. Just like most people around here, we have a central fire of some sort. Most of the people around here have wood burning stoves. Mike and I have been together for 30 years, and after 30 years of wood burning stoves, we decided we'd had enough of them. The romanticism of the smouldering smells of wood, I promise you, have worn off for us. So what we've gone for is an Italian-made 8 kilowatt granules burner. It burns little chips. And we'll just show you now how we put wood chips, wood granules as we call them here, into our heater. So those are the granules, compressed wood pellets, and I'll just put them in here. And I will vacuum up the dusty bits afterwards. It's messier than I thought it would be, but we only need to fill it up apparently once every 2 or 3 days, or even less than that. Because this is a 10 kilowatt stove, we can switch it on and off just like any heating with a remote control. And oh, that's magnetic. And then just use it when we need it. There we go. Simple as that. I obviously could pick up the 15 kilos of granules and just pop it all in, but it's easier if you use the little scoop.
It gets rid of all the dust with the holes, doesn't
it does. It does.
Lovely job. Thank you, my darling.
I know some of you have asked, what do we keep in this little shed in our garden? Come this way. This is where we keep all of our granules, and we've got 86 bags of granules in here. So our stove is a company called Jolly Mech, or the brand of it is a Jolly Mech, or the name of it is a Jolly Mech. It is an 8 kilowatt pellet burning stove. They call it here Pellet à granule. So we pop the granules in the top, we use the remote, and we just switch it on, just like any kind of electrical device. So it does require some electricity to work. And I know a lot of people in France will say, I won't have a pellet stove because they won't work in a power cut. I'll show you in a second what we do when and if there is a power cut, which are infrequent, but like anywhere, they can happen. We get around 300 days of sunshine a year. And even at this time of year, when we're getting 4 hours of peak quality sun, we can charge up our all powers 1500. And this has got enough power to run my Jolly Mech granule stove. It takes 300 watts to get it fired up and started. And then the fan, the kind of tick over fan on it, runs at 50 watts, which is like one of those old fashioned light bulbs. So not a huge amount of electricity, but it does need electricity. And I know the naysayers will say, I wouldn't have a pellet stove, but we've always got our power banks. You never ever know when the electricity is going to go out. I don't care where you live. The grid systems are not perfect. Things can go wrong. We had yesterday, I think, about an 8-hour electrical storm with lights flickering and the power could go out. We had a huge bang and it did trip all of our switches. So, you know, these storms happen. We've always got our all powers to back us up. This will run our lounge. In a power cut, we can have the TV running, we can have the lights running, we can plug in the lamps, and of course, it will keep our heating going. Let's show you how easy it is to have our heating working. Like most people who have a pellet stove, we buy our pellets by the pallet. And when we buy them by the palletful, I can't remember how many was on the pallet, 72?
70 or 80, lots of.
72 on the pallet. We paid €4.50 per bag. And we've been testing this by running it all the time. And we got through a bag of granules by running it for about 8 hours each day. We got through 1 bag of granules. So we're never going to run it that much. In the daytime, when we get up and we get moving. We get washed, dressed straight away. We get busy doing things around the house. We're straight out to walk the dogs. We come back in. We've got things to do. We might then go out for another walk after lunch. I'm just busy around the house. In the depths of winter, of course, we're going to switch it on more. And all you're going to do is use the remote to turn it on. And if you get too warm, all I do is use the remote and turn it off. I've got a tiny, tiny amount of cleaning to do on that. I think we filmed that. We can insert that bit.
What are you doing there, my love?
Well, this is all we have to do each day as far as maintenance is concerned to clean out this little pellet stove. It's a very, very easy process, and I'm just using a paintbrush to just knock the little bit of ash, I suppose it is, unburnt granules maybe, into the little bucket below. And that's all you have to do daily. There we go. That's it. All clean. That's it for the day. Let's close it up, and that's all I have to do. And it's really easy to look after. No lugging wheelbarrows full of logs, no spending 3 days stacking the logs away, and just turn it on. The only thing we extra need to that is a little battery in there. And it heats all of our downstairs, and if we get too warm, we just open the doors and the heat permeates through the house. So there we go, the honest truth. We cannot afford to heat this house. It would just be beyond us economically. And I think here in France, beyond the average person economically. So yeah, there are bits of the house that are going to be warm, and there are going to be bits of the house that when it gets to the depths of winter are going to be absolutely Baltic. And we'll be wrapped up and just running backwards forwards to the warm bits. So we'll go downstairs and have a warm up, or we'll put the fire on for an hour and have a warm up. Or we'll just have a nice hot cup of tea and a good brisk walk outside and wrap up and put another layer on, and we'll get through it. Thankfully, winters here are very, very short. Now tell me, how do you keep yourself warm? Can you afford to heat your entire house? What kind of temperature do you get it to? Don't forget, our house sits at around 15 degrees. It's kind of an ambient temperature. It keeps its thermal mass. What about you? We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.